So it's like everybody's just, they're constantly talking about what they have accomplished, not what they could have accomplished. And my fear is that that's going to put some of dealerships out there in a very bad spot.
100%. Especially like the smaller dealers.
Yes.
You know? And like for me, I'm very busy throughout my time. Like honestly, I don't have time to eat sometimes. Sometimes I eat like at 4 in the afternoon.
That's not what it is.
And the problem is I go to some of my friends' dealerships and they're just sitting there on the computer doing nothing.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, how do you do it? Like, what is it? And the thing is too, as you said, like they're not motivated. They're not, you know, they're not.
So let's talk about it, because I think that's a good one, because it's a mindset, right? I mean, think about this. The whole time that I've been at your store, we've been shooting video, been recording a podcast. All right, you haven't stopped operating. Exactly. We've had to take cuts in between. I got to deal with this. I got to deal with this. I got to deal with this. Like it doesn't stop for you. So I'm curious, where did that come from? Is that something you kind of got from your dad, or is that something that just kind of came from you, or is it a combination of everything?
I think this is another gift that I have.
Okay.
I can multitask. You know, I can be talking to somebody right now and writing something for someone else and being on the phone with someone. And honestly, my guys are saying, like, how do you multitask with that? And my thing is too, I don't forget things. I don't leave things behind and say, okay, I'm going to do it another day. And I think the main reason to someone's success is for you to be able to tackle your obstacles right there and then.
Yeah.
Don't wait for it. Don't just wait and hope that it'll go away, because it'll just get worse and it's going to be harder for you to face it later. So for me, as I said, like any challenge or any obstacle that I have in my life, even if let it be personal or in business, I try to face the challenge when it happens, and you know, try to solve the challenge as well. Not just say, okay, you know what, okay, now I know about it, now let's move on. You know, so especially in the auto industry, like you have a lot of customers who call you for different reasons, and for us to be able to be where we are, I have to know my customers on first name levels. I have to know them when they walk in the dealership. I have to know who they are.
Sure.
You know, so to me, to be able to do that with your customers is very important, because as I said, like if there's a hierarchy and when a customer walks in and they feel like, you know, every time they come in, there's different staff. Every time they come in, there's different faces.
They got to talk to six different people.
They got to explain themselves. Exactly. They got to explain themselves 5 times. I think that's where the big advantage we have is for us being able to take care of our customers on a personal level.
So I got to ask you this. What you're describing is something I call the marathon. Is that you know, this is not a race. You know, and I feel like in the industry we're always kind of racing, right? It's the 1st to the 30th. It's the, you know, beginning of the quarter to the end of the quarter. It's the beginning of the year to the end. Like it's always a race. But I find, you know, visiting so many dealerships, is that some of the most successful dealerships don't look at it as this start and finish race, but what they do is they look at it as an ongoing marathon that never really has an end. So they personally find this pace that is comfortable with them, and they just continue to always run this pace from the second they clock in, you know, in the morning to the second that they clock in at night. They run that pace.